start with Gordon, back left. Go ahead, Gordon.
Coach, can you just walk us through this one from your vantage point tonight?
Very easy. The game was lost in the first period. That's it. They were ready, they were hungry, they were desperate, and we didn't match that at all. That's it.
That sums it up best.
Yes, it does.
And were you a little bit surprised that you weren't able to get any traction in that first period?
I wasn't surprised by how hard they came out. I've been saying it for 2 days now. We've talked about it with the players. But like I always say, you can talk about it as much as you want about urgency, but to create it superficially is very difficult. And I think our players knew, but to know and to feel is two different things. And I think when you look at the teams that were leading to nothing, same thing happened to all three teams. And the reason is very simple: is that you got a team that doesn't want to be down 3-0, and the fear is very tangible, and the urgency and the desperation that comes with it certainly was the story of the first period. We weren't desperate, and when they're desperate and you're not desperate, you got no chance.
Was Zach Smith the only player hurt in your roster tonight, Coach? And if you can, provide an update.
No, Bobby left at some point too. So one's upper body, the other one's a lower body. So we'll reassess that tomorrow and see where we are with that. Yes. Yes.
When you talk about not matching New York's desperation, are you surprised you weren't able to match their desperation, or is it just the case that you had enough of a cushion?
No. You know what? You expect that the first 5 minutes or your players are going to understand, and then we're going to get going at some point because we always did. So it's rare this year we can look at the number of games where the minutes continue to extend themselves, and it was the same scenario. So usually we're able to reload after 5, after 10, and I thought we reloaded after the first. We came out much better, but then we gave away 2 goals. There's one, our guy got tripped, so that one, I'm not going to blame our players on it, but the other one, our players ran into each other, so it just looked like the rest of the game. And so we killed ourselves in the first period. If we would have made those mistakes in the second without having the first period that we had, we could have had a chance. But when you look at the game, we were off. We were off with our passes. We were off with everything, and we try to come back. But when you give away 20 minutes like that, you don't deserve to win. It's just they were great. They were desperate. They were hard. And we were not. So when that happens, you're just asking for what you got, and that's exactly what we deserve.
Did you see anything you liked after the game got away from you in terms of pushback? Or?
No. Well, we did push back, but it's nothing just to be happy about or take the positive. There's nothing for us to take from this game. It's the lesson is, hey, we weren't desperate enough, and they were, and it cost us the game in the first period, and that's it. The rest for me, it's we flush all of it, and we move on to the next game.
Tu as parlé en anglais justement de la première période. Est-ce qu'il y a quelque chose dans cette première-là qui vous a surpris peut-être par rapport aux autres?
Non, en tout cas, mentalement non, mais c'est émotionnellement quand une équipe est désespérée, puis on l'a vu avec les autres matchs dans la Ligue, ça a été la même affaire. Les équipes qui perdaient 2-0 sont sorties en fou, puis c'est comme ça. Tu peux pas descendre, tu peux pas être 3-0. Alors il faut que tu gères ta rondelle. On l'a pas bien géré, il faut que tu sois prêt à payer le prix sur le bord des barres, on a bloqué des lancers, puis on l'a pas bien fait. Alors, ce qui fait qu'on a ce qu'on mérite, on en a parlé, on ne peut pas être surpris, mais quand tu le vis, je pense que tu t'aperçois qu'est-ce que ça prend comme niveau d'énergie, puis niveau de... il faut aller être désespéré comme eux, puis on l'était pas, c'est tout. Puis je veux dire, on a vu les autres équipes vivre la même affaire, les équipes qui menaient 2-0 dans leur série, puis ça a été la même affaire ailleurs. Alors, on n'a aucune raison d'être surpris. C'est juste, faut que tu le vives, puis il faut que tu apprennes à gérer ça. Yes.
Your goalie was really sharp early, kept in the game, and then another one of those miscues. Is there anything you can do is it a mental block or miscues?
No, it's the opponent being quicker and everything. That's it. So it's, that first goal there, it's clearly the guys alone in the slot, so that rarely happens with us. And that's just not being aware, but that's because they were quick, they were fast, and we were behind on everything. Behind on our thinking, behind on our execution, behind our physicality, behind everything. So
I talked about the first one, the second one, just, it seemed to be a communication problem with
yeah, but that goes along with everything else. Slow to communicate, slow to be first on puck, slow to do what we need to do, and the opponent extremely fast, faster than usual. So the mix of the two together is it's dynamite for the opponent, and that's it. For me, it's clear. Like it's there's no X's and O's in this game for me. They wanted it so badly, and we didn't match that. Period.
It was an extremely rare night where there was a couple goals against where Carlson was on the ice. Was he off, did you think?
The whole team was off. And, you know, I think we've been a real team-oriented group, and we've never pointed fingers at anybody all year long. And we're certainly not going to do that today. It was a general loss for the entire team, and everybody will look at each other in the mirror, but I'm not going to go out there and point fingers at this guy and that guy, especially after everything that our players have done and how good they've conducted themselves. And we've rebounded all year long, and if it wasn't within the same game, it was certainly the game after that. So now we know. We know the urgency that we need for the next game and what we're up against. And it's a team that's got 1,000 games in the playoffs. So we knew they were we knew. So it wasn't about knowing, it's about living it. As now we've lived it. So we got a good slap in the face, and we got to get up and get going in.
Sorry, this is along those lines, but you know they wanted this one badly. Well, they're going to want the next one equally as bad.
Yeah.
What do you do?
We did the previous game and the first game. We wanted it badly, and we do what we did against Boston. We wanted those games badly, and I think right now is the first time that we got to the point where we were leading 2-0, and we realized that, you know, for an opponent to play at 2-0, the level of urgency is higher than anything we had met before, and so now it's a good learning thing for our group, and we need to grow and we need to continue improving.
He talked about last game, the second period being kind of a downfall, but the team came back there in the third period overtime. What was different about this game in the first period that was different from the, you know?
Because we came out last game. Our first period was hard last game. We didn't waste a 20-minute, and you know, you always believe you can come back in games that you deserve to come back in because you showed up, you started the game on time, and we did that the previous game. We had a good first period, we had a hard first period, and our players were ready to battle, they were ready to pay the price, and that usually at least gives you a chance to get back in the same mode if your second period is not good enough. And we just went back to what we were doing in the first period and the third period, and had a better third. Today, there wasn't much to go back on. We had to create everything after giving nothing, basically, and we encountered an opponent that was extremely sharp, extremely intense, extremely fast, and it wasn't just urgency. It's their experience. Like I say, they got 1,000 games with them amongst that group together, so they've lived stuff like that before in the playoffs. So they know how to respond to it, and you know, we responded to it very well since the beginning of the series, and this is a loss that we have to respond to coming next game, and there's no two ways about it. It's about paying the price and being ready when the puck drops.
Do you feel as though you have the depth if Ryan and Smith are out for a significant time here?
Oh, we've been missing guys all year long. We've had the same results all year long, so we have to have it. We have to. Pyatt was ready to play today, even on the fence. White was ready to go back in, and so I got Kelly, who's been in our lineup. We won many games, so I mean, right now it's more about who's going to play and who's ready to play when the puck drops. And I have all the confidence in the world that our players are going to be able to bounce back.
Thank you, Coach. That's great.
Thank you.